Hello everyone, and welcome to today's stream. This time with me, Tanxos is unfortunately not available to do it today, so you have me as a host. But of course, I'm joined by Paingod.
Hi, everybody.
So
Nice to see you, T33kanne.
nice to see you too. It's a first for us that we are together
Yes.
on this on the Friday stream. But I hope I can fill the huge shoes that Tanxus is leaving behind with his experience. So I'm trying to go through everything with you. So let's start off. Everybody who's tuning in right now has seen the trailer of our new KV4 KTTS, the Authoress. So Tanxus, why do you not tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so that's lost count on the number of tanks. I think the second premium tank of the Independence season. Um, we took the KTT4 KTTS, which was already a premium tank. Also gave it the multi-turret system and gave its main gun an autoloader. Give it a different characteristic and a custom a skin. You have a screenshot up for that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You can see it now on the screen.
Pretty cool looking tank. My only complaint is it's pretty slow going up hills. But with that autoloader, it's more fun for me than the KTTS. But both have multi turrets. Check it out. Play whichever one you like.
Yeah, I have to say, I played it myself a couple of games, and the autoloader makes it really strong, especially with the recent armor buffs it got. So it is quite enjoyable to play. So yeah, give it a shot if you have if you get it, and tell me what you think on Discord or Reddit. So yeah.
And why don't we go ahead and give one of the, how did you pronounce it? Orthus?
The Authoress, yes.
Orthoress.
So for that, we will share a link in Twitch and YouTube chat. KB will do that. And you just sign up, put in your Wargaming ID, the one name that you find if you are in your friends list on top with the -P or -X in the end. And I will make the first poll in like 15 minutes, so we can give away the first one. Also, if you enter this giveaway, you will enter it for the entire evening. So don't you worry if we give away more things, maybe. We have that covered already. All right. What else did we have this week?
Well, along with that, we have the multi-turret tank mastery challenge. You can earn a unique medal, boosters, and a key card for playing either the tech tree or the premium multi-turreted tanks. I highly recommend the I'm so bad the Oricho multi-turret Onai. I think
Oh yeah,
it's a whole lot of fun to play.
yeah, it is. Especially, I personally found it a little bit challenging to switch between all the three turrets, but in the end, it is a very enjoyable tank.
Yeah, it's just when I get somebody in the sights, I just hold down the fire button and just keep switching between the turrets.
Exactly, just hold it down and keep switching because the reload is just so fast. I was wondering, we received this question a lot. Is it possible maybe to put the two multi-turrets together so you fire both at the same time? Or would that make the tank too strong, in your opinion?
No, I don't think it would make too strong because the two turrets are are smaller caliber turrets, right? So we are working on a grouping feature because there are some tanks that actually have 5 turrets, I think is the max.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be way too much. So we're working on grouping so you could have the 2 front as one, the 2 back as another, and then the main as its own. So I think we will. We've heard that comment from the players that 3 is too much to switch through. So once we get that grouping feature, I think we'll add it to the Onais.
So is this a hint maybe that we get turrets that can fire to the back?
Quite possibly.
Okay, note that down. All right, that's good to hear. That would be quite interesting. I guess that would be awesome to fight those pesky lights that circle you and you cannot follow up with your big turret. So yeah. All right. What else did we have?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to do something here. That failed on me.
Where you maybe switching to a. Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There we go. So before
we're using a different messaging program today, so I didn't know exactly where that setting was.
I know this is kind of on the fly. It was very short notice, but I guess there was already someone in the chat that might have a shot. But what is that tank that you have in the back?
Oh, they have to guess.
They have to guess. All right.
Yeah, I leak the images, and I can only confirm if someone guesses what it is correctly.
Okay, so we can neither confirm or deny at this stage,
No,
but
I'll confirm a right guess. I just won't.
Yeah, just a cone says yes. The MBT. I was hoping to get that got announced today. The AMBT. I'm sorry.
Yes, the AMBT. It's a little more than a week out, so it's not next week. But I had nothing else. I had nothing else to show, so I threw that in there. I think I have a better picture.
I guess next week we might you might be able to share a little bit more information on the AMBT since it's then more close to the release date. But so far it's the right guess. And I see a lot of people that I know in the chat. Also, Lady Obscura, hey, nice to see you. And Ozarix, as always. Just a cone.
Hold on.
Oh, Mr. SPG is here as well. Glad to see everyone.
Yeah, this is always my favorite time of the week. And it's a good way to close out the week, too.
That's true. That is true. It's always nice to let the community have something for the weekend to, think about and to see what's coming up. There was Tally just asking what was the background that you just shared. Was it just a picture from a map or
the one I had up for a second?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like something I wasn't supposed to show. I don't think so. I changed it real quick.
Okay. All right. We covered the multi-turret tank mastery challenge and the KV4 KTTS. I guess there were some other challenges as well that we had.
Yeah, we have the ever popular Brothers in Arms and Platoon Up. So Platoon Up is all battles while you play in Platoon. You get an extra 5% bonus to Silver XP and Crew XP earnings, and that's every battle while that op is up. It's unlimited. And then Brothers in Arms is if you win 100 battles while in a platoon, you receive a top secret key card. That's only one. It can only be done once per account.
Okay.
But for people that platoon together, that's a really, really easy way to get a top secret key card. You can play 100 battles in them.
And it is a reward for just literally playing the game. I mean, if you always platoon up with your friends, it is a nice way of earn some extra coins, I would say.
We have the boot camp challenge to earn the Hellcat 105 HMC.
Mm-hmm.
We released the next tanks reforged, which was the Leopard 1 medium line. The win rate went up, about 1% on average, but it's only been 2 days of data so far. So we always look at that and keep you guys posted on how the tanks are performing. But already a bump in 2.5 days is good.
Yeah. From what I've seen, most of the players were really, really excited to see the dispersion change, and a couple of people were hoping for the alpha change. But that is, I think most of the people were happy to see the dispersion by during movement, to make it more accurate. That was a good one.
Yeah, I really enjoy that line of tanks. I mean, it's no secret here. I mainly play. U.S. tanks, but I'm always playtesting, the next tanks that are coming out, and I had a lot of fun with the Leopards, which surprised me.
Yeah, I played the Leopard a couple of games, but I haven't completely unlocked the line yet or grinded through the entire line. But I have the tank on my the press account that I use for streaming, so I dip in every tank once in a while. All right.
And then the hint for the next Tanks Reforged coming up is medium T dashers.
Okay.
Medium T dashers.
Medium T dashers.
Yep.
So let's see if people guess what that means.
We also have the Star Festival Challenge, where complete the challenge, you can earn silver and the Star Festival emblem.
Mm-hmm.
And then tanks for free XP this week or for the next 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure calendar-wise. The MBT 70, the M50 Antos, the T55A, the T72 Ural, the Defender, and the Diamondback MK1. So I don't know, about a month ago or someone was saying, hey, when can we have some of the Cold War tanks, premium tanks for free XP?
Mm-hmm.
So glad to. Thanks for the suggestion. And now we've made it real.
Yeah, they're going to be available until next week, July 11th. That is the weekly sale for free XP.
Yeah, I should keep the calendar up for me, but I have so many windows open, I'd lose it anyways.
You have that. You have me for that. Don't worry. I try to keep track on all the dates so we get everything.
Yeah, I have you and I have Lady O and Max Chaos
and KB
during the stream. It's not a one-man show, trust me.
All good.
It takes a lot to put these on. Fixes that we released this week. There was a soft lock freeze you could get when using filters. We think we have it fixed. We couldn't repro any other ones, but if you do encounter one and you can repro it reliably, please write into us and let us know, either on Discord or to customer support. And then we fixed the issues with the Type 63 one repair costs.
Yeah, the filter freeze, that is an important one, and good that we got that sorted out. But again, sorry, go ahead.
Just especially you have a lot of tanks like we do. I mean, I have every tank.
Yeah.
Right. Filters are the only way you can find anything that you want. So.
Yeah, I experienced that on my press account, but I mean, you can imagine I have all the tanks unlocked there, but sometimes when I tried to go through, it was like stuttering, freezing. But again, if you see anything or if you still experience that, please just hook us up on Discord, Reddit, Twitter, or wherever you engage with us, and just tell us. Or if you find any bug, just immediately ping us so we can get this sorted out.
Yeah, right. I'm a big Xbox person. I'm sure it's possible on PlayStation, but one of the most handy things on Xbox me with bugs is I have my the DVR function for the last 30 seconds. Whenever I come across a bug, just hit that X button and be like, capture, right? And then I have actual video of the bug happening.
Yeah. I know that on PlayStation it's pretty easy to do videos because you can save the last 5 or 6 minutes if you need it, or just the last 30 minutes if a bug occurs. But on Xbox you need to record it. But yeah.
So coming up this week, not a whole ton. We're midsummer. We're in the dog days of summer. We have the Bastille Day, the French Revolution events. So we have on track for French tanks, tech tree tanks, 30% off the French premium tech tree, and a discount on various French tank bundles.
This is going to be available until the next week after, so July 18th.
And then the newest mercenary contract is the Jammer. It's been so long, I don't even remember which tank that is. Probably because when I play Merc tanks, I'm always playing the machine.
Which one again?
I said when I'm playing Merc tanks, I'm always playing the machine.
The German autoloader.
We'll be having a light tank mastery challenge. You can earn emblems, a medal, premium, silver, and a top secret key card by completing those challenges. The premium bonus, I guess they stopped numbering them, but this came up in the stream one time. Someone asked if they could pay to have their tech tree tanks earn premium, and we went, well, why have them pay? So for every 2 weeks, we do a premium bonus on 3 different tech tree lines. You get an extra, so you get the bonus from premium that you would get on premium tank. You get extra 50% XP and 50% silver on every battle you play for the 2 weeks. And the lines this time are the Grilly 15, the Chieftain, and the
Rinoceronte
lines.
Yeah, the Italian heavy. It's going to be good, especially since we buffed the Rinoceronte a couple of weeks ago, and now maybe people didn't have the chance to unlock it. Now is the time. Perfect timing.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to unlock tanks that you haven't been getting to but meaning to get to.
Yeah. Or especially with past changes, that is always the best when we buff or adjust tanks.
And then we're starting a new trade-in event on Tuesday. I won't read through them all because it's a really, really big list, but I think it'll be posted in the stream notes.
Yes, we will post all the trade-up tanks, so all the tanks you can basically obtain. You will see them in our notes. I just saw one comment in Twitch chat regarding the Bisonte. We decided to not change her at that time because we didn't know what the impact of the changes to the Italian heavy lines would have to all the tanks. So we said if it turns out fine, the Bisonte will get it in the end as well, but that's not determined yet.
Right. Then it's time for weekly shout out. This is where our friendly neighborhood server engineer looks up feats on recent tanks or recent promotions that we've done. Everybody whose gamertag I'm about to slaughter will get one free confidential keycard in their accounts. So this week's category is max XP in a single battle. So Isle of Man TT earned 2,053 in the Magach 7C. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think. I usually say Magach, but I don't know what the exact spelling is.
N7 Spike 2017 XP in the Magach 6B Gal Batash. Magach Batash. I Hellcat I 2020 XP in the Magash 6B Gal. Savur 35 2038 XP in the Tehran 5 Sharir. Yeni Podarok. Okay. 2277 XP in the Tehran 4. Max Miner 11 did 2,160 XP in the M50 Sherman. I Gambit I 2,343 XP in the Orthoros KV4 KTTS, the standard premium. And then Kai Dun Panzer did 2,272 XP in the new Orthoros KV4 KTTS.
I just quickly want to point out that Gambit is one of our CCs. It's Vishaw, and Hellcat is one of our ambassadors. So it's nice to see those names in our battle feats.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then milestones. Congratulations and huge thanks to Patrick Cuz 455 who played their 100,000th battle this week.
That's a lot. That's a lot of battles.
Yeah. Okay, that's everything I got in my notes. So we'll go to questions from the stream.
All right. I will give you the questions that we received so far, and then we can gladly cover the ones that we get in chat because I think we have a lot of time. So Zoran, one of our members of the community who's doing the weekly stream notes, was asking, has the Cold War German Lights, TDs, and the Cold War French been pushed back from their late 2022 fall release dates?
No, they're still in the schedule, in the roadmap for this year.
That is good to know. Also, if you see questions in the chat, please just interrupt me because I'm going through those that I see right now.
Well, let's switch off because I have quite a few here too.
Yeah.
So Hayden, 2011, is there any plan to bring the Char Future 4 on sale? Yes, it's part of the French premium tech tree sale starting Tuesday. So a very timely question.
That was a good question, especially with the Bastille Day timing. Is the kill counter still in the works? That was asked by Stolen Vehicle.
Yes, it's still Yeah, it's assigned out. I don't have ETA on it yet, but it will be coming.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Probably fake. Hello there, you cool persons. How are my tank horns coming along? Uh, Nobody's made any progress on it. There is a ticket, and that's assigned to. I should be a kind of a quiet week for us next week. We're past the independent season launch, and we're not to lockdown yet for the next season. So one of my plan is I have quite a few tickets on my plate, or things I have to review. List of things that come from the stream. I plan to spend a day doing nothing but getting those assigned out, investigating, getting dates if I can. So I've already told myself that I need to get to that next week while things are quiet.
Okay. There was one question from Harash. He was asking, with basic commanders, you have one customization option, headgear. Can we get more customization features for our basic commanders? For example, holding a shell over their shoulders. I guess that would be a little bit complicated for the R team, but that was one question.
Yeah, it is possible, and we have a design, like an improved design, to expand out the customization things, like letting you camo their uniforms and stuff too. Um, it's just bottleneck. That's where our resources are super tight when it comes to the 3D commanders and UI. I think I've mentioned that before. We're looking for more resources in order to be able to increase that capacity. I just had one of our employees the other day said, "Hey, you know what? Because we have a lot of veterans that play the game, it might be really nice to be more inclusive and have skins that, like, may have a prosthetic leg,
Oh,
or arm." And I went, he's like, "Have you ever thought of this?" I'm like, "No, I never have thought of it, and I think it's a good idea." So it went into our ticket of customization we want to do for commanders, because I know when I'm customizing, and I might be far from the rule, but I know when I'm customizing my character in other games, right? I always want it to look as close to me as possible, right? Like, I get mad, I get mad at games if red hair isn't an option, or a ponytail is an option for men, right? Um, so I was like, yeah, no, that's a fantastic idea, and so that went into the ticket suggestion ticket as well for the future.
okay. Thank you. That is a very good answer, and like a lot of information on that. I will just
Okay. Go
sorry.
ahead.
I wanted just to quickly draw the first winner for the KV4 KTTS. I have the winner here. It is Deputy Dog 777. So congrats to you for the KV4 KTTS. We will make sure that you will receive it in your garage.
Congratulations. You know what? I totally forgot at the beginning to give out a Ultimate Season Pass as well, TK, and so
Yes,
can
all
add
good.
that to your list for later.
Yes, I will do that.
Thackus 2K question: will the standard KV4 KTDS have the autoloader as an option? Not in the plans right now. That we gave it that so that it was so the tanks were different and more unique. Um, if I could go back in time and have thought about it more, I think I would have asked for the characteristics of the tank to be even made more different, um, uh, which is still possible for us to do in the future. We usually don't want to mess with people's premium tanks, but if it's if it's in the form of giving it a more unique play style, or making it a little bit more mobile because the thing is a dog, um, I think that would be worthwhile to differentiate them even more.
Yeah. I mean, I played it. It has this. I personally think that the mobility is not a downside as such, since you have a very strong gun. But I mean, if you would be too mobile and you have a very strong gun and very strong armor, I think you would kind of make the tank a little bit unbalanced. But yeah,
Yeah, we'd have to pull back some of the armor,
yeah,
to get the weight down or whatever. Just thought also the map we were testing the week that what we were play testing the multi turrets. was a very, very hilly map. On that thing, it's not too bad on flat land. It's certainly not bad going downhill, but up steep hills. Like
What
my base was being captured. I was 200 meters away. I'm like, you want it, guys? I can't even get there in time because there was a hill between me and the base.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also funny what we kind of figured out, or what we experienced when we tested it on Tuesday stream. The secondary turret has a 24 millimeter of gun depression, so if you aim to the left or right of the tank, you literally can aim down at the ground that is in front of the tank. So if you're at a hill, you can turn your tank and just aim down, which is kind of funny. So yeah. There was a question from our community ambassador, Degeneratio. How is RT 2.0 going, and when can we expect a weekend test?
So we're getting close. What we wanted is a month of data for the changes that we did make. I mean, we are looking at it week to week, but we wanted a month of data to see how people adjusted to it before we did the next test. So I think we're probably looking very end of July or early August to do the test on the USA line changes.
Okay, that's good.
But it's still planned.
Yeah. There was another question. What maps are there after Halfya Pass? So the question was basically the community likes to be more aware of what future maps are in the pipeline.
Well, let me look at my handy dandy roadmap. Halfya Pass.
I think Bam may have mentioned something about Karelia.
Yeah, I just got to it.
Okay.
Yeah, Karelia. I always call it Karela, which means I probably have it wrong. Swamp. So in those order, Halfya, Karelia, and then Swamp are the next 3 maps.
All right.
Nate Unix asks, the Cold War T-62M premium tank either has incorrect missile speed listed. Max Chaos took a real quick look at this, and here's the explanation. For the ATGMs, missile speed is one factor, but another factor is the missile's acceleration, which determines how fast the missile can reach the max speed. So the speed values listed are correct for that tank. But thank you for asking, because I don't think I even knew that. A Loaded Psycho, hello. Can we get a feature where we can get into a quick platoon with random players?
So basically, if you can put your up to search and then get picked by any random player who does the same thing. I guess that
yeah, is... it's just it's like someone's reading my emails again. So we just had a kickoff meeting very recently for an auto platoon feature, which is what we're calling it, which is what you're asking for.
All right.
And then if you like the people you played with, you can be like, play another battle, and you go right into another match with them. I've encountered that in other games, and I really like it. And since this is a team game, I think it would encourage more team play. And people finding people that they like to play with and be like, oh, okay, I want to keep playing with you. Here's my friend's request and stuff like that, So I'm a big proponent of that feature. It's just funny that you ask about it like less than a week after we just had the kickoff meeting for it.
I received a question from a Discord user, from JG Glenn. Can we get an option to pick whether or not we want to use our equipment vouchers? We have this option for camos and emblems. It would be nice to see it for equipment too, especially when a sale is active. So I guess he's trying to say that they would like to not have the feature to choose this voucher, especially when something is on sale. Would that be an option?
Yeah, so they don't want to be accidentally or they don't want to be using the voucher when the 50% equipment sale is going on. I totally understand that. It's come before. I'm sure there's a ticket tracking it. I don't, again, with UI stuff, that's all really, really squeezed bandwidth wise. But I'll see if I can figure out where the status of that ticket is this week and let you know.
Thank you. I will follow up with that.
That has come up before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's follow up on next week so we can get the question again. So you have some time to get that sorted. Yeah, and I only have 3 more questions on the balance suggestion topic. So from people who were already in the chat, I've seen this. But Watson CZ was asking, can we get a buff on the MBT 70's penetration?
Yeah, we actually in the tickets for Tank Reforged, we have the MBT 70 and the other detente vehicles listed. All get reviewed.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, this one thing with Tanks Reforged, the amount of work to do all the analysis, and then the changes, and then the testing, and everything it's a lot of work. Not that anybody's complaining about work, but people have other responsibilities too. And this kind of like 2-week cycle that we've been on, is kind of straining things. So I think we might slow it down, so we have more time to get to the more complicated ones like that. So that's not a for sure anything, but I'm just giving a heads up that if of course we'll tell you what happens, but if we go to doing one a month instead of one every 2 weeks, it just gives us more time to look at things. We could possibly do more tanks at once, because then they all go into test at once and all the analysis is done at once, right?
Yeah.
It's a really, really time-consuming task.
That is true.
I'm glad we're doing it. That's not a complaint at all. Just letting you know, it's kind of bursting at the seams with everything else we're trying to do and stay on that schedule. That we ourselves set, so our fault. But
since you're already talking about Cold War tanks, I guess you will be able to answer this very quickly as well. Would you be able to increase the ammo on the Stingray 1 and Stingray 2? I always run out of ammo, especially at Era 3.
Yeah. We filed seeing that question come in from social media. A ticket already got filed to look into that. Running out of ammo is never ever fun. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I experienced that as well. But for me, it was on the BMP. Don't ask how I did this. Yeah. And there's one last question. Can we see the Sturm VK buffed? Primarily penetration and shell velocity. I think there's a very specific question. It was from Worried Amiibo.
Worried Amoeba, too.
Amoeba, yeah.
The Sturm's doing pretty well. It's got a 51.5% win rate. With a damage output that's that's higher than average for tanks at its tier. So making that change would probably make it OP. So it's looking okay right now.
Okay.
I got more questions here.
Yeah.
A Momentary Genius. I love that game tag. How about a tracer round that light tanks could fire that would, on impact, keep enemies detected for 20 seconds, regardless of the tank exist in the detection zone? Any interest?
So basically on the mini-map probably as well.
Yeah, probably in the heads-up display as well on the mini-map, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. That would it's especially interesting because if it was easy, then you could do that for a certain tank, and that could be because we're always striving to try to make tanks more unique, which is, can you imagine how hard that is with over 1,100 tanks in the game already, right?
Yeah.
So always looking for something to make them unique. So that could actually be a unique characteristic for either light tanks of a nation or certain light tanks. So yeah, we'll get that suggestion in the pipe. It's a really interesting one.
Imagine a BMP have access to that tracer shell. You just spray and pray and hit people and keep them open.
Because the BMP isn't annoying enough.
Yeah, exactly. But it would be funny, or it would be interesting to see it for like the secondary turret on the BMP3, where you shoot once every 15, 20 seconds, and you have like this one shot that could trace you. But not so sure about that.
Yeah, especially in Cold War, right? There is even equipment that allows you to shoot, out into an area to, reveal more in that area to everybody. So it could possibly even be something that you don't have to tag a tank with.
Yeah,
right.
It could counter smoke, for example. If you're able to hit a tank that throws out the smoke screen and you still see him because he's traced, why not?
Hey, a counter for smoke. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Okay, your idea got even better. Momentary genius. Thanks to T. Kane here. So thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly pull the new list of winners so we can do the ultimate season pass giveaway.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and have like one more question, and in the meantime, I will have the list ready.
Okay, no Tankovic. What happened to the Cold War regular Tech Tree tanks receiving the premium bonus? Paingod said it was scheduled for July. July 26th, actually, and more coming in August. So I did not lie. XX Vader 16XX. Are there plans to add in the 3-shell autoloader to the Carvagen, similar to the Foch, maybe? No current plans. The Carvagen is doing pretty well currently, and that change didn't work out quite well for PC, and they're reworking it again. So we've decided not to do that. Tactical Potato 87. Will the French 3D commanders be returned next week? Yes, of course. It would be terrible of us if we didn't have the French 3D commanders during the Bastille and French independence. Yeah. Okay. Grand Vaughn. Okay, that's what I'm told. That's how I'm supposed to pronounce it.
There's one question on YouTube from Hungry. He was asking when are more Soviet Cold War tanks coming?
I don't have an exact answer for you because I think I mentioned last week we had them in the schedule. It was going to be later in the year, and we were asked. The opportunity came up to do a different type of promotion that we needed different tanks for. So I don't think they have a date right now. I think they're kind of floating in the ether, waiting for us to go. Okay, they're going to go here. So I don't have a date for you.
Okay, can you maybe say like ETA 2022 or next year, just so we have like so he can be happy.
Let me find out.
All right.
I don't want to make a guess.
Understandable.
So I'll need to talk to the events and publishing to see if they've figured out if they're going to be this year or next year.
Totally understandable. I will have the next winner for our Ultimate Season Pass. It's Rebels and I Slayer. So congratulations, you will get the Ultimate Season Pass unlocked. It will also work if you already bought the Season Pass. So you can be excited for that. You will get that very soon in your garage.
Congratulations. Death Slayer 777. Do you have any new low tier premiums releasing for us soon? Brand new low ones. I don't probably. We usually save those for holiday events because there's not tons of low tier premium tanks, and we usually save them for giving away at Christmas and our anniversary and stuff like that. If there's something we previously released that hasn't been available that you want us to make available, please let us know. Or if you have an idea for one that you would love to see, we can always put it into the wish list.
And if you ever want to have something answered and it's not Friday stream, make sure to forward it to either KB or myself. Then we can make sure Paingod will receive those questions until Friday stream. So yeah.
I got a few more here. Gabriel 3244. Is there any possibility of having a tanks reforged on the AMX5 50B line to return the line back to its former heavy tank status? To make them heavy tanks, we'd have to kind of nerf them. I mean, historically they were created to be mediums, and the current class matches the playstyle better. So I don't understand the desire. Sorry to say, to make the tanks heavy tanks when they weren't. Maybe I'm missing something and someone can tell me. RevRod 13, can we get a Cold War tank for free in an earn challenge? Yeah, it's very likely that's going to happen again in the near future.
There was one question I know that is kind of a funny question, but This question is about Lemonhead, who's the owner of our subreddit. And the person was asking, can we get more arty locations on the maps named after Lemonhead? I know this because Lemonhead absolutely loves to play artillery. Do you think that would be possible?
You mean the map labels?
Yeah.
Labeled Lemonhead?
Yeah. Or like Lemonhead Hill or something like that.
Maybe if we could find a little bit more brand appropriate phrase that everybody knew meant Lemonhead.
That is fair.
Right?
Or Lemon Tree
I don't
Hill.
want to start putting crazy words on the map labels or people's gamer tags, because then we'll get complaints, or other people will be mad that their gamer tags aren't up there, and so on and so forth, right? But if there was something like, if there was a word that was more brand appropriate to World of Tanks that people would know was Lemonhead, I can certainly look into that.
Maybe Lemon Tree Hill. That would work. Then people would know.
Provided the map was in an area where citrus could actually grow. I know we're not that exact, but we actually get complaints about things like that. So we try not to do wacky things.
Okay, fair enough. You can ask.
Like Tree Hill, I think that would be perfectly fine. Because then we could use that word, that in any map that has a hill of trees. Averoff 1, will the KPZ 50T be available for purchase? Yes, in August. Death to 11. We don't have any Eastern Alliance based 3-star commanders. Any chance y'all can look at putting one in? Sure, we certainly do. We have. Yeah, we'll put it in the list of things that we need to do, and I don't know why we don't have one already. So it might be just oversight. Thank you.
Welcome to the cone zone. That's right, Lady Obscura. that would be funny, because Just a Cone is one of our very active. Yeah. From him was by the way, from him was the suggestion with the commander warning in quotation marks. But do you have any information on that? Since I got a couple of questions from players, if that is something that will come, some kind of a warning before you go into a battle, or a grayed out commander silhouette that is standing there in front of the tank.
Yeah, it's I think it's in progress right now. It might even make the next season.
That would be great.
I think I even took, I don't know if it was Just a Cone, but it was a player's mock-up.
Yeah,
I sent over to the UI department, and I'm like, do like this.
It was exactly from Just a Cone. That's why I was...
Okay, it's from Just a Cone?
Yeah,
okay.
It was from him.
I tacked your mock-up to the ticket and say, I want something like this.
Yeah.
So thank you. Hopefully the next season.
Yeah, I saw it as well, and we were like, this is what we need. This is exactly what everybody's talking about. So yeah, thank you. That's great news.
It reminds me, I also want the 2D commander pictures to show if you have a 2D commander instead of a 3D commander in the garage and in the garage if you're in a platoon and in MVP, because there's some super cool 2D commanders. I don't know why we don't show them too. Hago Comics. I've seen this one before. I just don't know how to. Could all the starter tier 3 tanks cost 0 silver, so a player can start any line for free?
You mean the first tier 3 tank from any line?
The first tier 3 tank in every single line. No, it's just not really how the game is designed and intended. Every player starts with three tier 3 tanks, and the name of the game is earn new ones, right?
I got one specific question that was forwarded me on Discord. What are the plans with the tank skins that we did a poll on a couple of months ago? If you remember where we had the poll for the tier 10 tanks and the Era 3 Cold War tanks, where the Chieftain Mark 6, the T124, and the Leopard 1 and the Abrams Challenger 2 and the T72BU. When can the players expect these skins to be implemented?
They're coming. So as the concepts were finished, I've shared them as my background on the stream. And then they've gone into production. So I think you're going to probably see 2 or 3 per season going forward.
All right. That's nice. So yeah, finally.
Yeah, and I think that we can use them in season passes too. So I mean, they were player suggestions. So.
And the free season pass. All right.
Blue One Yusufer, is there a way that we can buy all the equipment for a tank and keep them, like how all the upgrades are stored until you sell said tank? Oh, are you asking if there were a way you could buy all the equipment that's available for a tank and just have it stored on that tank, so you could just swap it out per battle however you want? I think that's what you're asking, because the equipment that you buy and mount stays with that tank until you say the tank, unless you get rid of it. But I think what you're asking is, can you own more equipment on that tank and just switch between them? Interesting idea. I don't know how many players would use that, but thanks for the suggestion. Well, I think it's one we need to think on.
Paingod, there was one question that was coming up a lot over the couple of weeks that I notice all the time. Would we ever consider to implement the option to swap out one commander skill for gold instead of having to re-skill all of them? Because sometimes even I mess up choosing the skills for a commander, and then I'm like, shoot, I should have picked the other one. Do you think that would be an option?
I mean, anything is possible, but there's a low likelihood that would come anytime soon, to be honest. Because when we switched over from the old system to the new system, we dropped the price of skills of swapping skills like super low. I think it's like 90 gold, which is less than 50 cents. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the old UI sitting around there like, oh, just change it back. And like I said, UI resources are kind of are tight at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, the other option would be, for example, to implement, or I know that it's not easy to just, snap the finger and implement something, but give the option to reskill a commander for commander XP if you stored it on him. So I don't know, maybe to give some option, because I know that it's sometimes when you just want to change your play style, it's frustrating to players to use like 90 gold if you have all 9 skills on it, to just change out one. But yeah, I will forward you that to maybe follow up on this in the future.
Yeah, sure. I understand the desire for it. There's no question about that. It's just like I said, because of resources.
The resources.
I was looking at. Can't remember the name of it. What PC did, where you could get the limited edition tank with a number on it by exchanging different resources. And we have people, ask all the time, like, I have tons of consumables. Can I sell those? I have tons of silver. Can I have something else to do with it? And I would like, that'd be kind of neat if we could, again, a complex UI system, if we could, make a weighting of what, the surpluses are that people have, and just be like, okay, well, if you're going to buy this, it's going to be, I don't know, 3 small first aid kits, or 5, 5,000 silver, or this much XP, or and so on and so on and so forth, right? So players could like balance their economy, because a lot of this stuff is earned in regular challenges and in ops, and the players that play a ton are sitting on just loads and loads of these. I'm sitting on a ridiculous number of garage slots and small consumables. So, or just having a place where you just like, okay, you cash them in, or like a crafting thing or whatever, where you're like, oh, you just combine all this together and boom, then you can change your commander skills, buy a commander, buy a tank, whatever.
Yeah, I just know that this question came up, especially regarding commander skills, since we changed the prices of garage slots to silver, and like that just of flags, and that was just one question of like, would it be possible to change that? But
yeah, anything's possible. It's just it's a matter of priority and the bandwidth of when we can get to it. I think I've said before
yes,
on the stream, we're not a very big team. There's a lot of the things that we do, there's one or two people that do them. Ethan Davis, 66, 200 season reward update, question mark. It hasn't been forgotten. It's still being discussed. We're actually looking at, we're kind of doing a review of our seasons overall and our season passes and the challenges. Are we making them too hard? Are we making them too easy? What are players doing after, what percentage of players are finishing on them very early in the season and only have daily and weekly challenges to do? What can we do about that? Do we need to rebalance them? So we're kind of doing this overall real big holistic review on the seasons right now. Brogue 1. What about animated googly eye emblems? Yeah, kind of like a wiggly bit. But interesting. I'm sure it's just be animated texture. I think we can talk to Art about it. Deltaverse Entertainment, will the FCM F1 line be added in the game? Now that we have multi-turret support, there could be that's quite a possibility. Because multi-weapon system and multi-turrets were very popular, and we have tickets and to where we're listing, okay, here's the ones we want to do next, and then the order, and keep adding them to the game.
Just want to quickly point out, please don't spam the chat with the same questions over and over. I see them. I just we are addressing a lot of people, and I'm trying to balance it out, but here you go. One person asked many times, will there ever be a last known location added to the minimap? So if you spot someone that you have the last known position on the minimap until he gets spotted again.
Yeah, that's been asked before on this, and the answer is we have no plans.
Okay.
With the resolutions that we have to deal with, your minimap would become useless at that point. But we actually tested it out.
Okay. It would just probably be covered.
It also significantly changes play styles of people that know how to get to cover, know how to get out of spotting range, out of radio range, and it kind of negates that expertise. So adding that to the game at this point is going to make a number of players happy, and a bunch of players, and I'm one of those because I like to be sneaky, very unhappy. So we just after we tested it, and it's been a debate. Yes, we want it. No, we don't want it. And it's one of those things we're going to leave alone because it fundamentally changes the gameplay too much.
Hmm. And what about making it optional, like a commander skill, like Sixth Sense, but just the other way around? So not everybody would have it, and you would have to drop something to pick up this ability.
It's kind of like the trace around suggestion earlier, right?
Yeah, exactly. It is probably something that needs to be just
to make somebody specific, called out rather than the last known location of everybody that's been spotted, right?
Yeah. For example, I would love it on my light tanks, this skill, to know like where enemy heavies are or where a TD has been spotted last, so you can kind of pinpoint where they are and play ahead. So, but yeah.
From Snoop Laser Snake, how is the progress of getting bots to stop ignoring SPO? If you are seeing bots ignoring smoke, and if you can please get a video clip for us, because and submit it through customer support or on Discord or to TKane. We don't have a known issue on that. That comes up every once in a while when our doing a play test is like, hey, that bot shot me, and there's no way he could, he could have been able to see me through the smoke. And because we can go and replay any of those matches and look from any angle and fly around and fly cam, and you just go, no, it was he got that shot off right as the smoke was coming and still was able to see you, or the angle was actually more favorable for the bot that was shooting you than from your perception. Just like when two tanks, when one tank can see the other and shoot it, and that the other tank can't because of a hill or whatever in cases, and the differences between first and third cameras. So we've looked into this a number of times, and don't believe the bots are breaking the rules at all. But if you find an instance, please send in a video, send in your gamer tag and your platform and the time and day that you made the match, so we can play the replay and make sure.
I think I talked with Max Chaos about this in the past, not specifically the smoke, but where people brought up that they are unspotted and bots are firing at their position. Maybe that's in correlation. The answer was that bots will fire at the position where your traces are coming from, just like any, let's say, good player would do if they see you firing from somewhere, like if you're behind bushes and they will fire at this position. But yeah, if you have these videos, please send them to me.
Yeah, and they'll also blind fire just like a player would.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, smoke was popped, but I'm guessing he's going this way, and I'm I'm going to shoot in the area that he was because maybe he thinks he didn't have to move because the smoke was up. I shoot into smoke all the time.
Like if they fire at you while you're moving behind the smoke and they hit you, then please send it to me, because if they don't spot you or if you don't shoot. But if you stay where you are and you fire from there, the bots will shoot at your location. So they would just follow the tracer.
KOA Killer Eagles, do you have stats for which teams win on certain maps and the modes? I feel like Pearl River Assault is always a loss for the defending team in the middle of the map. Yes, we do. And they looked it up while we were in the stream. It's currently a 45-55 win in favor of the attackers. So yeah, we'll get a ticket and get that over to our map design team to look at balancing that. So thank you. Death Slayer 777. Will the Churchill tanks be able to use their big body guns? They're kind of multi-turret tanks. I think they're just machine guns, aren't they? I don't think they're big enough caliber to do any damage to a tank. Well, we'll double check. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me. But I think those are machine guns. But maybe I'm thinking a different tank. 1100 tanks. I mix them up. Vishal, why are we getting half the maps reforged as compared to last year? If we have fixed mapped artists, could you also please move Mountain Pass and Ghost Town, not Minesport Abbey, to tier 3 to 10, as it only available for tiers 3 and 4, but we do have other maps such as Pilsen, Himmelsdorf, etc., that are available from tier 3 to 10. So the suggestions on moving the tiers, may address these two different ways. If you want more maps in the tier 5 to 10 rotation, it would probably mean swapping out the rotation, the map rotation system they move to, so you would never get back-to-back maps and go back to the lowest map commonly played that we used to have, which meant we always got complaints of people like, it seems like we're always playing the same map, because it's just bad luck and how random is. Yeah, and if you're just looking for more maps, we're working on them. The number of maps being released has slowed down, definitely, because we needed those resources to work in other areas. It doesn't mean it's always going to stay at the rate that it currently is, but that was what we planned out for the year, so that we could work on other things for this game. I don't mean other games. I mean other things for this. Loaded Psycho, when will the Hydra be available for sale? I don't think there's not a date yet, but probably November for sure when we do our Black Friday sales. Omega Maxis, wishlist, Churchill 3 Black. Noted. Thank you for the suggestion. I would like to know what players want. Chaffee Steam 41. Why not bring back a removed tier 3 and reskin it for the holidays? It can be called Santa's Little Helper. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. We could do that. Thanks for that. What is this? Trick Shot Wizard. For Halloween, could we get a Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers 3D Commander? That would be cool, but those are properties that are owned by other companies, so we'd have to negotiate a licensing deal with them, like anything that we do that we don't own, which certainly wouldn't be for this Halloween. There's not enough time left in the year, but thinking towards next year, maybe we can get some Movie Monster licenses and do a whole bunch of them. So thanks for the suggestion.
I guess for one of the last questions, since we're already a little bit late on time, can you give us any information about next-gen features?
Nothing specifically at this time.
Okay. Well,
one, I know things are being worked on. I don't know the exact right technical terms. I know there's been a lot of looking into new ways of doing lighting and lighting models. But the other things I couldn't even tell you the right terms at the moment.
All right. Fair enough. Just keep asking, guys. Maybe at some point we know more.
Are you going to be, what is this, Cheetah? I only have a few of these left, and they've been sitting around for a while, so I want to get through them.
Yeah, sure.
Cheetah 786, are you going to bring back hero commanders? We can and we will. It's different for the licensed ones, and how the licensee allows it, and each time we have to go back to them and make a deal on everything. But we always try. I hate keeping people from buying stuff that we've made for the game. It seems like such a waste. Smash Troll, can you bring back the old commander voice and voice lines? Nope. Went through a lot of work to implement new ones, make them less redundant, make them sound better quality, more diversity. I don't see any reason why we would go back. Jester DC, how about more commander perks? Say like 12. We made the perks, the skills, so much more powerful than the old ones. Going over 9 threatens to imbalance the game. To be honest, I've asked about it multiple times, even before we released them over at 9, and it would mean we'd have to go rebalance all the skills to allow more on a commander. Cosamera, any chance to reduce shell prices for the Cold War FB 107? It's difficult to make silver with it. They're at 45 silver, which is actually really cheap. So comparatively to other shells, so I would say we wouldn't be planning on it. Go Bulinko Kubino. Do we know which tank the new Merkava line will be branching off of, or will be a completely separate line? It will be a branch from the Magach 6B Gal. And Tank Nuts 04, anything planned to add the British Warrior for Cold War lights, as Americans have the Bradley? Not that I know, but that's a great suggestion, and we make sure that we will get it in there. A Pit Viper, hello. Is anyone else shocked by all the aesthetic requests? Wouldn't more maps, fair matchmaking, new tanks, mode, etc. be more important? Sometimes I am, but different players want different things. Some players think having over 30 maps is more maps than we need. Other players are like, not going to be happy until we have 90. Everybody has their own personal preferences, and we try to work on as many different things as we can. Gray Whales, why hasn't thermal vision been added to Cold War? That is a very, very good question. I'll have to follow up on that ticket. I wanted it for the release of Cold War, and we didn't have the bandwidth to do it, and I don't know what happened to that. I haven't even thought about it till shortly after that, so thank you for a reminder. And with that is all the questions I have.
All right. So we'll make it, we will say it like this. If you have any more questions, make sure to tune in next Friday stream when we do another weekly developer stream. Otherwise, you can leave them either in Discord, ping KB or myself, or on Reddit, and we will make sure that Paingod receives those questions for next week. Do you have anything else, Paingod?
No, I think we're over time, and I'm supposed to be in a playtest at the moment, so I got to jump over to that because we're trying to reproduce a bug, and we need 30 people.
All right, then we'll do it this way. We are going to raid, so for everyone who's tuning in on Twitch, we're going to raid our CC Army Guy E8. Everyone can just jump into the raid right now, and I'm going to send you over to him. And other than that, thank you all for tuning in. You can see me next Tuesday during our community stream again. And otherwise, have a nice rest of your day. And if you're in the EU, have a nice evening and enjoy your weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody. See you on the battlefield.
Bye-bye.